There's an old Essendon game on the telly.
Hello.
I've lost the wisp.
Bloody hell, it's Frankie Donnell just taking a mark.
He has. It's
At Moorabbin.
Dermot's delivered show. Are you going to get a look in here or not?
Probably not.
Why not? Looks very much in your wheelhouse to me.
What year is it?
There's Mickey Roberts.
Steve.
There you are, Wispy. Look at the hair on him.
Is that Phil that's the Phil Carman game. That's the umpire Carberry game.
Is it?
Yes.
What about your hair?
What about it?
What were you going with back then in the day?
Voluminous.
No, it's more than voluminous. It's a very long sort of half porno style shag you got going. The Wisp is up on the telly. It's the Phil Carman match where he headbutts Graham Carberry. And the Wisp, Geordie, welcome to you. Just explain the scenes. We hadn't seen him for, the game had been going for 5 minutes. We hadn't seen him, and then what happened?
We thought he'd swap wings on occasion. The ball was on one side. He'd say, I'm on this side, and then they'd swap to the other side. Then he popped up like a sprinkler and kicked the goal, and then
he ran through the studio with his hands above his head, reminiscent of that grand final. I'm just getting a message here. Garry and Geordie, I watched that match last night. Tim was on fire with 3, torched a few teammates late, and then, Wispy, they said, keep watching because at the end of the game you have a shot, 3 players in a better position, you miss and you lose by 3 points. Can you remember that?
I tired very late in the game.
Here he is, one out, he's up against, he picks it up on the left, he goes inside, he turns to his right and then kicks what I would say a clanger.
a little turnover.
A little turnover for the
He's back in there though. Look at that. Look at the second and third efforts.
Oh, who's that, Wispy?
Playing with glasses.
17.
Number 17.
For St Kilda.
You watch our audience come and tell us exactly who that is. They are a pair of...
That's not... who's that?
That wasn't Hi-Ho Silvio, was it?
That wasn't Silvio Fascini. No.
Well, someone will tell us.
Who played... Who wore glasses and played
Is it
for
glasses
St Kilda?
or is it some sort of a... Anyway, they'll tell us. I'm telling you, we've got the greatest audience in the world. Chris Stone, who we watched play, you played against him. He was number 17 for the Saints. He had glasses on.
Yes.
Then a message came through and said, Chris Stone is married to the Prime Minister of Belgium. That's from Jacko in Ringwood.
That is amazing.
Now, that would be the most amazing story of all. I looked up the Prime Minister of Belgium. It's Alexander De Croo. So if Chris Stone is married to Alexander De Croo, that would be a huge story.
I didn't listen to all of that, so can you just back over it again, please? Chris Stone.
The man we saw on the
St Kilda
telly had some glasses on. We said, who is that? Turns out it's Chris Stone. Then Jacko from Ringwood reckons Chris Stone's married to the Prime Minister of Belgium. That is a huge story that we need to be aware of.
Why?
Oh, how many AFL players or VFL players are married to Prime Ministers of another country?
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't you think that's a big story, or do you just think we drop them left, right and centre, do you?
Well, I don't know.
Would that be a big story, Tim?
It's an interesting story. I don't know if it's a big story or not.
You're the best news person I know.
Well, I don't think it's going to lead the Channel 7 news tonight.
I bet you it will.
If it's confirmed.
I bet you it does.
If it's confirmed.
If Chris Stone is married to Alexander De Croo, who played footy for St Kilda.
It's not going to lead the news tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm guaranteeing you it's not going to knock the Olympics off the first story. He's married to the Prime Minister's daughter.
Well, that's not what Jacko from Ringwood said.
Well, he left out a little important detail.
Oh, it's a fairly important detail. You're either married to the Prime Minister or married to the Prime Minister's daughter.
He's married to the former Prime Minister of Belgium, Sophie...
Oh, they've left the former out. That's a bit different. I can see.
It's a little bit confusing, this whole thing. I don't know why you went down this hole without doing your proper research.
Why did I get down to it? Well, because I would have thought an ex-player married to a Prime Minister of Belgium is a good story.
But we don't keep track of every former AFL, VFL player, though. There'll be other AFL former players out there that are doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things.
Okay, if there's another player that's been married to the Prime Minister of a country, I will walk off and not come back.
Oh, you'll go hoo for tiggy, will you?
Yeah, you just think Aussie AFL players are marrying Prime Ministers willy-nilly. That's what you think.
He's married to, I don't know whether this is true or not, okay?
Yeah, I've got Sophie Wilms up here.
Oh, hang on, you've got the wrong Stone. It's Nick Stone.
Geez.
Nick Stone.
Come on.
You're getting your stones mixed up.
We've got a problem here.
Nick Stone, the ex-Hawthorn and St Kilda player, is married to a European politician or royal.
Now we're saying it's Nick Stone.
No, now we're saying Chris Stone is married to Sophie Wilmus. She is the Deputy Prime Minister foreign minister.
Okay. So Tim Watson was on the tally. There's Chris. We worked out that it's Chris Stone who had glasses. Then we were told that Jacko from Ringwood said he married the Prime Minister of Belgium. Jacko said he was married. He is married. So that has been proven to be incorrect, Jacko. Might have helped us out. And that has now been confirmed. Sophie Wilms was the Prime Minister of Belgium and Chris Stone was married to her.
There you go. It's all cleared up. Yeah. How much better off are you all for having now learnt what we've just told you?
How many people will at about 10 o'clock?
Oh, yeah, later this morning. You won't believe what I heard on the Whisper and the Garry show this morning.
They'll go around. No, they won't say that. They'll go to the old water cooler. They'll say, yeah. Do you know that there's a VFL footballer that was married to the Prime Minister of Belgium? And away it'll go.